made me $400 profit over the course of about 2 business hours. Not bad, not bad. I don't like Gemini. You're just not cool, Gemini. If it weren't for you, I would have made a 60% day over day return. Thank you, Grok, for I like you now. Claude wants me to start doing outreach on day 1, which I love. These are 4 credibility shortcuts that it gave me that I really, really like. ChatGPT 5 just came out and it is already blowing minds, but is it better than Gemini, Claude, Grok? And can it make me more money than any of the other ones? Can it make you more money than any of the other ones? Today I find out. I take 3 different money-making prompts and pit them against all of the competing AI companies out there. I will actually invest my hard-earned money live on camera and then revisit it to see which one made or lost me the most money. And then we find out which one is best. Is ChatGPT 5 best for making money? You're about to find out. Okay, here is the prompt. You are an expert in rapid business creation and online research. My goal, become a $100 an hour consultant in the next 72 hours in a field I currently have no experience in. Then it has a bunch of rules. I'll put them up on the screen so you can read them. I don't want to read them all. It must be fully legal. I'm starting from scratch. I don't have an audience. I don't have rich family or friends. I have $500 and I can work 12 hours per day for the next 3 days. And I also asked it to ask me questions. This is a very important key. Ask it to ask you the right questions that it needs to get the most context that it needs to give you the best output. Outside from deep research on ChatGPT, it's not ever going to ask you questions, not any of these models. So this says ask me 10 targeted questions. I'm just going to do 5 because we don't want to take too much time. Think like a war general planning a speed run to $100 an hour consulting status. Be specific, tactical, and leave no steps vague or generic. All right, now I'm going to copy this prompt. I'm going to open a new chat window. You can see I'm using GPT-5. I'm going to paste it. I am going to change this to 5 questions. Okay. Boom. It's going to get to work. Let's go to Claude Opus 4.1. Same prompt, exact same prompt. Boom. Let's go to Grok 4. Same prompt. Boom. Gemini 2.5 Pro. Boom. Let's see which is fastest. ChatGPT is already asking me questions. Claude is already asking me questions. Grok ask me questions. Google Gemini still thinking, oh, Gemini, come on, grandma. All right, let's go to ChatGPT. Here are my 5 targeted questions. Skill DNA. What are your fastest learning skills? Okay, here's the questions it asked me. What are my fastest learning skills? And I said, I can identify monetization opportunities and I'm willing to execute on business ideas ASAP. Number 2, what's your comfort zone? Do you want to do remote or is in-person okay? Either or. Industry boundaries. What industry should I avoid? I said anything illicit. Number 4, proof of assets. Do you have any borrowable credibility I can lean on? I wanted this to be as bare bones as possible, so no credibility. Number 5, delivery preference. Would you rather sell advice strategy, offer a mix of strategy and advice, or sell fast results in a very specific? And I said anything that lets me use ChatGPT 5 in the best way. Number 6, sales energy. Are you comfortable with aggressive outreach, cold DMs, Loom videos, phone calls, or do you prefer softer inbound style? Yes, I am. I'm comfortable with it. All right, there's my answer. Let's see what Claude asked me. What is your current comfort level with technology? 1 to 10. I'll say 7 and yes. 2. Oh, it also asked me, am I good at writing and do I have experience with AI tools? Yes, decent at writing. Yes, experience with AI. What industries have I worked in before? I'm going to treat this like I'm 18 years old again. So food service, pest control. Keep it simple. What do people ask you for help with? Business advice. What topics can you talk for 30 minutes without preparation? Business. 3, learning style. What's an example of something complex you've quickly learned in the past? How did you approach it? Let's see, vibe coding. Better at learning through videos, reading, hands-on practice. Visual learner. How comfortable are you with learning while doing? Very comfortable. Market access and geography. What city, region are you in? DFW. No LinkedIn connections. I'm going to lie to it so it doesn't lead on that. What's your age range and general appearance? 38, male, 6 foot, 3 inches. Lots of riz. Risk tolerance. Are you comfortable with cold outreach? Yes. No illicit industries. Willing to work for free. Done. All right. What does Grok want to know? These questions from Grok are like a lot more broad. There's no list. There's no bullet points. Any hard constraints. I'll just say nothing illicit. I live in DFW. Very fast learner. Work with anyone. Have I ever sold anything online or offline? Never sold anything. What additional resources do you have beyond the 500? decent at door to door. All right, Gemini, what does Gemini want to know? Gemini is just asking me if it's okay to do deep research to do this stuff. So I don't know. Why are you waiting on me, dude? Okay, so Gemini's still working. Gemini basically spent a bunch of time to say, Chris, do you mind if I do deep research? It's like, dude, bro, go. All right, Grok's still cooking. Claude is done. ChatGPT is done. Go back to ChatGPT. It says that I'm good at spotting monetization. I told it all this stuff. If that's correct, I can move forward and pick the exact niche you can enter cold in 70 hours, build a crash course skill plan, create authority shortcuts, map the client acquisition sequence, give you the hour-by-hour playbook. Is that alignment correct? Yes. ChatGPT is searching the web. All right, Claude, here is your Intel profile, strong tech adaptability, yada, yada. It's basically just regurgitating what I already told it, kind of like ChatGPT did. So Claude and ChatGPT are treating this very similarly, and they basically just laid out the plan. Here's what I understand about you according to how you answered me. Are you ready for the full strategic plan? Yes. In Gemini's defense, it kind of did the same thing, but it did that too early in the process. All right, now Grok is saying, here's a summary of your answers. Grok is just getting going. It's selected digital marketing, consulting, specializing in paid ads for local service businesses. Okay. Why this niche? Tailored to your situation, high demand, low barriers to entry, realistic for 72 hours, ethical legal fit, skill crash course. You will learn minimum viable skills, setting up, running basic Facebook, Google ad campaigns, yada, yada, yada. Exact 12 to 24 hour learning plan. You're going to use free, cheap resources. You're going to practice tasks. You're going to proof building steps. You're going to build authority, client acquisition plan, build a target list with Google Maps, do door to door. It has a script, quick win for more leads at business name, follow up, pricing and upsells. Initial offer, $100 an hour for ad setup optimization, delivers measurable leads, Google certified. All right, this is an hour by hour execution checklist. Let's see. This is Grok 4. Day 1, learning and setup. Google Skills Shop certification, Facebook Blueprint courses, break, YouTube tutorial setup. So it's giving me 12 hours a day. Day 2, more learning plus authority plus initial outreach. Day 3, outreach blitz plus close. Door to door, send follow-up, break. Track progress in a Google Sheet. If no client by hour 70, extend research. Research shows 200 touches yield 1 to 2 wins. Stay tactical, adapt as needed. You've got this fast learner advantage. All right, I kind of like that. Let's see what Claude says. Your niche, AI implementation consultant for local service businesses. Okay. DFW has 50,000 service businesses. They'll pay $100 an hour to someone who speaks their language. All right. Now I like this. It's showing me all of its sources embedded in the response, as Claude likes to do. We're also going to measure the word count here. Okay. My positioning is the AI guy who speaks contractor. This niche crushes because home services are on the leading edge of adoption of AI. Probably one of the hottest industries in the world right now. Your pest control background equals instant credibility, $100 an hour justification. They're already paying $100 to $200 an hour for basic business consultants. Okay, I don't know who's doing that in local home service businesses. Not to be awkward, but this video takes me a long time to make, and it took me about 16 hours to learn these lessons. So if you want to say thanks, just click subscribe, and that would go so far for me. Back to the video. All right, hour by hour. Day 1, skill acquisition blitz. Hours 1 through 3, core AI tools mastery. Sign up for free trials. Zapier, Make, VoiceFlow, or BotPress, which are chatbot builders, and Cal.com, which is AI scheduling. Watch YouTube crash courses. Hours 4 through 6, industry-specific learning, Service Titan, House Call Pro, Facebook groups for HVAC business owners. Hours 7 through 9, build your demo arsenal, create demos using free tools. Hours 10 through 12, authority building script. It seems like create simple website on card.co. How did I know that I use card? Maybe it's just a coincidence. 3 case studies, write through case studies, fictional but realistic. Set up my Google My Business profile as AI consultant. Day 2, market penetration. What I like about Claude is it's more accelerated. Now, it is a different niche entirely. We're not apples to apples, but I feel like this plan is going to get me to money faster. Market penetration on day 2, digital outreach, free value bombs, strategic partnerships. Day 3, close the deals. On Grok doesn't have me even doing outreach until day 3. Okay, it has a cold approach script, pricing strategy, starter package 500, transformation package 2,000, monthly retainer 1,000 a month, credibility shortcuts, the beta tester play. These are 4 credibility shortcuts that it gave me that I really, really like. The beta tester play is offer 3 businesses free setup in exchange for video testimonials. Number 2, the association angle. Offer to speak at local PHCC, plumbing, heating, cooling contractors meeting about AI. Number 3, the case study hack. Document everything, even free work as case studies. Number 4, the partner power move. Partner with one established contractor as your showcase client. Red flags to avoid. Don't overpromise. Don't talk tech. Talk time and money saved. I like it. Don't chase residential contractors initially. Don't negotiate hourly rate package deals. This is good. And success metrics. Day 1 is only complete when 3 working demos are created, website is live, 10 plus contractor connections made. So Claude wants me to start doing outreach on day 1, which I love. Day 2 is complete when 30 plus outreach messages sent, 10 plus businesses engaged, 5 plus demos scheduled. Okay. Day 3 is complete when 3 demos delivered, first paying client secured, and pipeline of 10 plus prospects. The multiplier effect. Once you land your first client, referral request, success story, upsell immediately, industry penetration. Your mantra is, I help contractors work on their business, not in their business. Ready to execute? The clock starts now. DFW contractors are losing money every hour. They don't have AI. You are their $100 hourly solution. I love this. Okay, I'm not to the grading yet, but I just love this. This is so good. All right, let's do ChatGPT last. Let's see what Gemini's come up with. Okay, it's researching a lot. 24 different sites. I see Reddit in there a bunch, Upwork. Gemini's still cooking. So hopefully the time it's taking is proportional to how good it is. Okay, ChatGPT, here we go. The niche ChatGPT recommends for me is create and sell custom GPTs, mini ChatGPTs for small local businesses. Oh my gosh, my last video was about doing this. My last video called 8 best ChatGPT tools to make money with ranked. That was my number 1 opportunity. Okay, but trying to remember if I had talked to ChatGPT about that, if it's just a coincidence or not. I don't even remember. So very interesting because so far all 3 of these models want me to do 3 different but somewhat similar things. Ads agency for local home service businesses, AI implementation for local businesses, and now create and sell custom GPTs for small local businesses like realtors, therapists, coffee shops, and local service. I don't know what coffee shop needs their own GPT. Maybe in the future that'll be a thing, but I feel like that's like saying 15 years ago, every coffee shop's going to have their own app. The app store is the next big thing. Every small business needs their own app. People were saying that. I remember it. It's not true. They don't. Most don't. Now every business needs a website. Will custom small business GPTs go the way of the app or the website? To be determined. I don't think it's necessary. Maybe it is. I don't know. If a coffee shop could use a chatbot on their website to answer simple questions like, what are your operating hours? Maybe any business that needs a chatbot could use its own GPT so the chatbot can use the data in the GPT. I don't know. I'm conflicted on that. Tell me in the comments what you think. All right. So GPTs hit 3 million published by January 2024. Small biz demand is soaring. So it is sourcing. I don't like what it's sourcing. Wikipedia, Business Insider. I don't like those sources, but it says you're selling. I'll launch a custom AI assistant for your business in 72 hours. All right, here's my skills crash course. Okay, here's what I like about this. It links to the exact sources that I need to use to do this stuff. It says, watch this video called Starting a Consulting Business, study prompt guides, and it has all these links in here. Create 3 demo GPTs, fast authority build, client acquisition. Okay, I like how it gave me a template for outreach. But okay, is Gemini, are you even done? Because I'm going to a wedding reception here soon. You got to hurry. All right, Gemini's done. We'll get back to ChatGPT, but honestly, I'm a little let down. Gemini says, the 72-hour consultant, a tactical blueprint for rapid business creation. That's like the most AI-generated sentence I've ever read. I'm such a hater on Gemini. I need to stop this. My bias is showing. By the way, I don't have any affiliate links. I'm not sponsored by any of these. It's just fun. This Gemini thing, honestly, it's not ADHD friendly. It's losing me. It's reading like a white paper written by a Stanford PhD. Part 1, strategic briefing. Part 2, mission blueprint, the 72-hour assault on 100-hour consulting. Wow, there's a lot here. All right, here's one thing I like about this. It definitely buried the lead here. I had to scroll and zoom in and look and just to find what it chose for me. What is my idea? What am I doing? And it says the no-code automation and productivity consultant for service-based SMBs. Whew, that is a mouthful. No-code automation. Okay, so like an AI implementation and or automation agency and or consultant. Okay, here's what I like about this. The Trojan horse entry strategy. A major obstacle in consulting is the long sales cycle associated with large, complex projects. Proposing a full-scale operational overhaul to a new client is a high-friction approach destined for failure within a 72-hour window. The strategy here is to use a small, high-impact project as a Trojan horse. The initial offer will focus on solving one specific, highly painful, and easily automated task for the client. This could be something as simple as automating the transfer of leads from a website form to a CRM or spreadsheet. This low-risk, quick-win project gets a consultant inside the walls. Once value's been, okay, I call it foot in the door. Gemini calls it Trojan horse. I like it. That's a good idea. Rapid armament crash course. Okay, this is not written at a 5th grade reading level. Use Zapier and Airtable. Very, very detailed curriculum. Upwork Blitz. It's very, very specific on how to make an Upwork profile and how to target it so you get customers. It says Upwork is a marketplace of active buyers. I like that it's taking this approach. Do not use the title Zapier developer. Use a value-oriented title like productivity consultant. I automate repetitive tasks for service-based businesses. The first 2 lines are critical. Lead with the pain points. This is really good. Channel 2, LinkedIn surgical strike. Channel 3, community and forum reconnaissance. Section 5, pricing and packaging. Okay, it's pretty good. It's hard to read for a simple-minded man such as myself, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to wordcounter.net. And I'm going to see how many words these all are. All right. Number of words for Gemini, 4531. Number of words for ChatGPT, 625. Wow. Okay. Now, more does not always equal better, but ChatGPT was very, very light. Let's go to Grok. 1821 for Grok. Last but not least, Claude Opus 4.1. I really like this one. 1409. Okay, more does not always equal better, but I'm going to call it quality density. Which one had the most dense quality? All right, I'm going to judge these by overall, which is just like a gut feel, and then density of quality. How many words? How likely is it to work? And then I'm going to add up all those, 0 through 5 grades, highest grade wins. So ChatGPT 5, its idea was to be a 72-hour create and sell custom GPTs. I don't know. I think we're early. I don't know if a coffee shop needs a GPT. I don't know if they would pay for that. If they need it, I don't think you're going to convince them that they need it. So overall, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5 on that. Quality density. Yeah, it's pretty dense, but there's not a lot there. Actually, let's just do quality and quantity. So obviously, Gemini is going to be a 5 on quantity, Grok a 4, Claude a 4, and then ChatGPT is a 2. By the way, I do have a community called TK Owners with about 400 other people building with AI. It's like a support group, growth hacking tips, etc. I do live Ask Me Anythings every week. Check it out at tkowners.com. Quality, ChatGPT is a 3. Gemini is a 4, Opus 4, Grok 3. How likely are these to work? ChatGPT, I'm going to say 2. Gemini 2.5. I think being a no-code automation expert, automation agency owner, consultant is a great thing to do. I think it's a 4 out of 5 most likely to work. Claude's idea was AI automation consultant for local service businesses, which is kind of the same thing as what Gemini told me. So it's going to get a 4 as well. And then Grok told me to be a digital consultant for paid ads. I think that is 3 likely to work. I actually think the learning curve is much greater there. There's more to learn. You can learn faster with AI. And I think you're a lot more crowded in that space. Okay, final tally. In 4th place is, this shocks me, ChatGPT 5. 625 words, do better. The quality, 3 out of 5. Quantity, 2 out of 5. The idea most likely to work, 2 out of 5. Simplicity, 4 out of 5. It was simple for me to read and understand. Maybe that's because ChatGPT knows me the best and knows that that's how I like my answers. 3rd place, 3rd out of 4, with a score of 13 out of 15 is Grok 4. 1,821 words, 3 out of 5 on quality. That's the quality of the idea, the quality of how it explains the idea to me. Quantity, 4 out of 5. It's a lot of words, 1,800. Most likely to work, 3 out of 5. Digital marketing consultants, it's just hard. Simplicity, 3 out of 5. It explained it in a decently simple way. Total grade, 13 out of 15. And second place, I hate to admit this, Gemini 2.5 Pro. It took a long time. It asked me one extra follow-up question, but the output it gave me was insane. 4,531 words, 4 out of 5 on quality, 5 out of 5 on quantity. Most likely to work, 4 out of 5. I like that idea a lot. 2 out of 5 on simplicity. It read like a white paper. 15 out of 20. I got those grades wrong. These are out of 20. So ChatGPT 5 was 11 out of 20. Grok 4, 13 out of 20. Gemini 2.5, 15 out of 20. And then Claude Opus 4.1. I'm not really surprised that it won because I'm loving Claude more and more here lately. 1,400 words, 4 out of 5 on quality, 4 out of 5 on quantity. Most likely to work, 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 on simplicity. 16 out of 20 total overall score. All right, let's give ChatGPT 5 one more chance to redeem itself. This will not be a battle of the models. We're going to ask ChatGPT 5 one more similar question. You are my tactical operator for fast, legal money making. Goal, make $10,000 net in 7 days, starting with $200 and a laptop. Constraints, no audience, no rich friends, no existing business, no illegal or shady tactics. Follow platform terms of service. Budget is hard capped at 200. Deliver 3 to 5 money paths, give me a day-by-day plan, unit economics, yada, yada, yada. All right, let's see how ChatGPT 5 responds to this prompt. Okay, what I love about this response is it's extremely fast. I also kind of hate it, I'm not going to lie, because part of me is worried that ChatGPT 5 is just a ploy by OpenAI to save money. They don't want to use it in a more expensive model for them when it's not needed, right? Kind of like taking your Lamborghini to the grocery store. You don't need it for that. You take your minivan to the grocery store. All right, let's see what ChatGPT 5 gave me. 3 to 5 money paths to start today. Flip high value stuff, rapid freelance, local service like declutter or cleanup gigs, affiliate promotion, pet sitting or dog walking. Okay, so it's telling me to flip stuff on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, etc. Not super detailed, kind of telling me what I was afraid of. In closing, Claude is the bomb. Claude's the bomb. I mean, look at this result it gave me. It linked to everything. It did a ton of research. It's very specific, short bullet points, easy to read, easy to understand, easy on the eyes just to look at this stuff. It's a very valid idea. It gets me selling on day one, which I always promote. It's a shame Claude wouldn't answer the question for me on options trading, so we couldn't include Claude in that. But I would say across all of these challenges, Claude Opus 4.1 is the real winner. It's not ChatGPT 5. I'm a little disappointed. Once again, I think it was just using like 4.0 or 4.1 on the back end to do that research for me. There was no deep research happening. There was no agent. There was no O3. It didn't take nearly long enough for it to use O3. This might put Claude as my number one. Worth $20 a month for sure. I think Google Gemini is too academic for my liking. Okay, I've seen a lot of gurus on Twitter talking about using ChatGPT and all these AI tools to trade stocks for you, trade options for you. Well, you're in luck because I don't know anything about trading options. I own some stocks. I buy them every now and then. My plan is buy something I believe in and never sell it. I know nothing about options, puts, calls, all that. I don't know. I'm an idiot. So here's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the 3 best AI models out today. Gemini Pro 2.5, ChatGPT 5, which came out 2 hours ago, and Grok 4, which came out about a month ago. I would love to use Claude Opus 4.1, but it does not look at real-time data. Its knowledge set expired back in February 2025. So we're only doing 3 today. And I'm going to ask all 3 of them the same prompt, and I'm going to put up to $2,000 in this to see which one does the best. Now, here's exactly what my prompt is. You are an expert options trader. The time is 2 o'clock. Look at my watch, 2:20 Central Standard Time. All right. And the US stock market closes in an hour. I have up to 500. I'm going to change that to 700 to spend on one options trade that expires tomorrow. Recommend the single best call or put option that I can buy right now and hold overnight. Use only liquid tickers like SPY, QQQ, Apple, or Tesla. The option's ask price must be $5 or less, so I don't spend more than $500. I'm going to change that to $7 or less, so I don't spend more than $700 because contract is 100, right? So I have to multiply that by 100. That's as much as I know about options. Give me the ticker, call or put, strike price, expiration date must be tomorrow, current ask price per share, total cost, why you chose it, momentum, volume, chart, news, etc., and tell me exactly how to buy it on Robinhood Web, step by step, like I'm a beginner, because I am a beginner. And I'm going to do it on Robinhood Web because I use Robinhood and I can share my screen more easily that way. So this is actually my real Robinhood account and my real money. This is not paper gain, paper money. I might lose $2,000. Let's see. Okay, prompt it there. Let's go to Gemini. Same prompt there. 2.5 Pro. And then let's go to Grok. Same prompt there. Gemini's thinking. ChatGPT is still thinking. Grok is still thinking. Who's going to be the fastest? All right, Gemini wins. Gemini says, disclaimer, this is high risk. Yeah, and also that's my same disclaimer to you. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not an investment advisor. This is not investment advice. Most likely by the end of this video, you're going to see me lose a lot of money because I genuinely don't know how this is going to end. Look at my watch. It's 2:23. Okay. All right. QQQ. I know QQQ because I see commercials for it when I watch football games. That's how smart I am. All right. It tells me to buy a put option at a $449 strike price at $3.55 per share. Okay. I'm going to do that right now because we're short on time. And then I will read why it tells me to do that. So QQQ put 449. Okay. So we're going to go QQQ, trade options. We're going to go put, scroll down here to 449. Okay. So we ran into a little hang up here, which Gemini, you're already failing. Okay. The price was outdated. It was using an outdated price. Because the current share price is $5.56, it was telling me to shoot for $4.49. That's not even viable. I basically asked Gemini, hey, what are you doing? Are you sure this is right? And it's like, oh, you're right. It's wrong. And so the current price is $5.66. It's telling me to buy at $5.64 strike price. So new instructions say $5.80 per share, $5.64 strike price. Okay. And after what, 4 prompts, it's saying that I'm done with Google AI Pro. Or I'm done with the usage because I haven't upgraded to Google AI Pro. Come on, Google. It's fine. I don't need you anymore anyway. Okay, buy, put, $5.64 strike price. All right, $5.80 per share, limit price, time in force, good for day, $580. All right, let's review the order. Okay, $5.80 for the right to sell 100 shares of QQQ for $5.64 per share by August 8th. If QQQ shares aren't $5.64 or lower on August 8th, this option will expire worthless. This doesn't include regulatory fees. All right, should we submit? Let's do this. Boom, done. I feel like an idiot right now. And so many of you are probably laughing, but we're doing this. We're doing this for the content, whatever. Don't tell my wife. All right, let's go to what Grok spit out. And then we'll do ChatGPT last. Okay, Grok says, ticker, AAPL, Apple, call or put, call, strike price, 217.5, expiration date, tomorrow, current ask, 345, total cost, 345. Oh, I didn't tell you why Gemini thought that I should do this. So it said there's a valid bearish thesis. It thinks the market's going to sell off tomorrow, yada, yada, yada. It says the QQQ is weaker than the SPY today. When the market fears rate hikes, high growth tech stocks are often the first to be sold off. Strike price selection. Currently trading at 450. See, and that was wrong. Okay, anyway, back to Grok. Leader in the market, yada, yada, yada. Okay, let's go buy some Apple options. So video is cool, but you know what's better? Long form audio via podcast and my newsletter, tkopod.com. Go there to subscribe for free to my newsletter. It's 1 email a week, very tactical. And then go to my audio podcast, 3 episodes a week, stuff like this. You're going to love it. All free, no sleazy sales pitch, tkopod.com. All right, we're going to go to trade Apple options. We're going to go buy, expiring tomorrow. Tomorrow's my anniversary, by the way. 17 years married to my beautiful wife. Probably not the best day to tell her that I lost $2,000 for the content. All right, we're going to buy. We're going to calls, 217.5 strike price. Okay, there it is. Buy to open and the quantity to 1 contract. Limit order type, 345 as the limit price. I don't know what I'm doing. This is so funny. All right, I just told Grok, because it's been about 15 minutes since I first prompted it. It's now 2:37 and the market closes in 23 minutes. So I just want Grok to know that the price changed. Does the strategy want to change at all? Okay, it's telling me to do the same thing. All right, you are paying $345 for the right to buy 100 shares of Apple for $217.5 per share by August 8th. If Apple shares aren't $217.5 or higher on August 8th, this option will expire worthless. This doesn't include regulatory fees. Submit. Okay, done. All right, now ChatGPT, It is telling me to buy QQQ, call 567, strike price $1.85 a share, 185 per contract. All right, let's do it. I'm an expert by now. This is my third in 20 minutes. I'm an expert. Buy, call 567, trade options, buy, call 567, expiring tomorrow. Okay, well, you're buying one contract for QQQ, call option 567, which is right on the money. Look at me talking like an expert. We're going to review the order. You're paying $185 for the right to buy 100 shares for $567 a share. If QQQ shares aren't $567 or higher on August 8th, this option will expire. Worthless, does not include regulatory fees. So I think I'm doing this wrong because I'm also betting on QQQ to go down with my other trade. Gemini told me I don't have any faith in Gemini. So you could say I'm hedging my bet, but I think I'm doing it the wrong way. So I'm just being an idiot. Let's do it. All right, we have one small problem here. ChatGPT's data was outdated. And so the bid and the ask right now is between 278 and 277. And so I need to fix my order or it will never get filled. So I'm just going to put it right there, right there. 567 strike price, 277 limit price, order received, done. Let's do 280. Oh, it got filled. All right. Okay. 2 of 3 have been filled. The other one did not fill, probably because it was not anywhere close to the bid and the ask. So let's go back and fix that real quick before the market closes in 12 minutes. My heart's a pounding. So I'm actually going to use ChatGPT to finish Gemini's job here. I'm going to ask, QQQ is at 568 right now, and the market closes in 11 minutes. I want to buy put options that expire tomorrow at 565. The bid and ask is 96. What trade should I make for that one? Funny story, like over a decade ago, I had this hustle where I was buying cars on Craigslist. And if I typed in QQQ, it was like a keyboard shortcut on my iPhone or MacBook that would ask that question, is your car still available? It was just like a really quick way of me asking the same question over and over and over. So to this day, when I type in QQQ, it says, is your car on CL still available? That's why my prompt led with that. Okay. Hit the ask at 96. So the trade fills instantly. Could grab 7 contracts. But you know what? Let's buy 5 contracts. All right. And I'm still recording my screen. So let's buy a put, 565, 5 contracts, $500. Review. If QQQ shares aren't lower than 565 on August 8th, these options will expire worthless. So I'm betting both sides of QQQ. Let's see how this goes. So I'm for sure going to lose tomorrow, one way or another. Will it fill my order? Order filled. Okay. Okay. So I'll put the screen recording up on YouTube, but you can see right here, I have 3 options open. QQQ put at 565, QQQ call at 567, and Apple call at 217.5. Let's see how this goes in 24 hours. All right, one day has passed. It is August 8th, 9:55 in the morning. The market just opened about an hour ago, and I want to ask Grok, Gemini, ChatGPT what I should do with these options. I have 3. I'm going to prove to you. Here they are. 2 of them are looking good. 1 of them is looking bad. And of course, at least 1 of them is going to look bad because I took both sides of my QQQ trade. Remember, Gemini told me that it would go down today. ChatGPT told me it would go up. So I took both sides of that. And then Grok told me to buy Apple options that I should be bullish on Apple. So let's see how it's going. Okay, let's look at my Apple call options. Boom. I'm up $230. If we look at my QQQ put options, I am down $435. And if you look at my QQQ call option, I am up $329. So I'm going to ask all 3 models now if I should close these out or if I should wait until they expire at the end of the day. So let's go ahead and make this simple. And I'm going to start with Grok, which recommended Apple. And I'm going to say, all right, Grok, I did what you suggested yesterday. Here's my position right this second, 1 hour after the market opens. Should I close it out or hold until it expires this afternoon? All right, let's do the same thing with Gemini and ChatGPT. Okay, Gemini won't even let me drag this screenshot over. One more data point of why I hate Gemini. Oh, and I can't even use Gemini 2.5 Pro until 2 p.m. this afternoon because I gave it like 4 prompts, so I expired my free trial or my free usage. So what I have to do here is get a free trial for another Google AI Pro account, and I literally just have to do, oh, I'm not eligible for a free trial, but I can still subscribe without it. Okay, I don't want to anymore. You're stupid. So we're going to cheat. We're going to ask ChatGPT. Here's what I'm going to do. We're going to go back to ChatGPT, and this is ChatGPT 5 now. We're going to start a new chat, and we're going to say, I'm going to add a screenshot of what Gemini told me to do, and then add a screenshot of my current trade. To buy this trade yesterday. Now I am underwater an hour after market opened today. Should I close my QQQ position now where it's at or wait until it expires at the end of today? All right. So ChatGPT 5 is coming in to pick up where Gemini sadly left off. And then we're going to go to our QQQ calls, and we're going to go back to ChatGPT in the other window, and we're going to ask, okay, we're going to say, boom, great call yesterday. The market opened an hour ago, and this is my current position. Do I close it out or wait until it expires at the end of today? While we wait for ChatGPT, let's see what Grok said. Based on your current position details, I recommend closing it out now to lock in your profits. Yada, yada, yada. Here's why. I don't care. I'm just going to do it before it's too late. All right. Apple. Okay, I'm glad it told me how to do it because I literally don't know. Okay, click on account, options, Apple, options, click the position, trade or sell to bring up the order ticket. Okay, I'm going to review order and I'm going to sell it for $5.89. Boom, done. I'm wealthy. I am rich. Okay, so I made $425, $525, $270 profit on Apple options. Thank you, Grok, for I like you now. Okay, you just paid for my Twitter premium subscription for a year. Now let's go back to ChatGPT. So ChatGPT as well says sell it now, lock the win. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Let's do it. Looking good, looking good. Review order, submit. Pending, pending, still pending. Done, filled, awesome, cool. I'm a rich man. Now let's go back to the other ChatGPT window. Gemini told me to buy this. Now I'm underwater. Here's my blunt take. Close it now. This is yada, 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 yada. Okay. I guess all three want me to close, which is probably common advice, I'm guessing. Here's what ChatGPT says. Okay. Okay. All right. Filled. Let us add up our damage. QQQ. QQQ. Put. QQQ. Call. All right, all 5 contracts have sold. Let's look at my damage here. I lost $440 on my QQQ put. Okay, on my QQQ call, I made $633. It cost $277. Total profit of $356. We're going to add that in there. Still underwater. Thankfully, Apple will save me. I bought the Apple call for $325. I sold it for $596. I made $271 of profit, as you can see right here. All in all, I made $187 of profit. I invested $325 in Apple, $277 in QQQ, and $475 in QQQ. So $277, $455 equals some. So I invested $1,057. And now I have $1,244, which is a return of exactly 17.69%. So I made 3 trades, all of them validated by AI. And this must just be confirmation bias because I've never liked Gemini. I don't like Gemini. I'm not going to like Gemini. You're just not cool, Gemini. Okay. If it weren't for you, if I only would have listened to Grok and ChatGPT, I would have made $627 of profit. I would have made a 60% day over day return, but instead I made a 17.69% day over day return. Still not bad. I'm not mad about it. So, sample size of 1 day, results not guaranteed. Do your own research. I'm the worst investor in the world. Don't listen to me. This isn't investment advice, but it gave me some pretty good investment advice. So who won the most? It was ChatGPT. ChatGPT 5 made me $400 profit on my $277 investment over the course of about 2 business hours. Not bad, not bad. Let me know if I should do other model competitions like this or other like money-making challenges like this. And I will, because I got a lot more ideas like this. Thanks for hanging out in the Kerner office.